So today, why would sellers and buyers in your market choose you to be their agent? How you can stand out and get more clients immediately, because we have recently spent a enormous amount of time ourselves um, doing some deep work, right?
Yeah.
And working definitely in the business, on the business, through the business, everywhere sideways of the business, right? Because that's what it takes to stay on top of it. And we were talking about how in a lot of our clients and a lot of agents, it's not normal practice, right? And it's not that they're
Yeah.
not willing to put in the work. So we were talking specifically about offers and offers being able to make and how that makes you stand out. And in a crowded ass real estate market like we are in, where there's 1.3, 1.4 million people that you're in competition with, whether you like it or not. You got to make sure that you stand out with what you can say on why people should work with you versus other people.
Yeah, for sure. And you're right. It has been deep work. I was out in Idaho at a ClickFunnels event, which is good coaching for people. And it's amazing. You study these things, you read them, and I like to do what's called learning on demand. Whatever the problem is, I learn about that problem in order to solve that problem currently, and that way it's directly implementable. I'm not learning for the sake of learning. Important to do the same thing in the real estate space because most people don't realize that they see us real estate agents as a commodity, which means we all do the same thing. I mean, some people didn't even realize, Jake, that I got paid a commission, right? Like when I was at Remax, they just thought like I was getting an hourly amount, and so they had no qualm running me all across God's green earth. You know what I mean? What you felt? You thought the same way?
That's how I thought it was. I thought Remax and Coldwell Banker and all those things, I thought everybody was just employees like other companies would run. You know what I mean? So when I
Yeah,
first got in the industry, I was like, wait, what? Like,
yeah. You
you're
only get paid if
contractors. It's crazy.
Yeah, and so if you think about even the attitude that people have, I call it the Burger King mentality today, where it's like, well, I want it my way because I'm special. Yes, you're special, but here's the deal, right? Like, I can't take all of my time to just do what you're asking me to do because I get paid nothing unless you get the result or unless you, make the purchase or sell the house. And they're like, really? Wow. So let's talk about categories and how to create in your space differentiation for yourself. Last week we talked about Zillow exiting the iBuyer space and why agents should have some type of a guaranteed sell program, right? Where you have a performance guarantee that if you don't sell their house in X amount of time, you'll buy it, right? That is a positioning in a market that's a category, and if you run it long enough, that becomes what become known for in your marketplace, which is awesome, right? Because if you look at all the other agents right now in your marketplace, and you look at the top five, right, who do the most volume, what are they known for? Would be the first thing I would ask myself. What does the general public think about them? And for most people in most markets, it's going to be something esoteric, like they're the expert or they sell the most, but it's not something that really resonates with the general public in a way that differentiates you. What are you smiling about?
I just randomly got the scene from Elf where he's in New York City and he's like,
A package of sunshine and ravioli, macaroni. If you want the thing you love,
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. It's great to meet you. Hi.
Now come on.
And it's just some crap, it's like, yeah,
terrible
just straight
marketing
up.
sign that was sold in
Yeah.
bulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did it, everybody. I forgot about that. That's hilarious. Well, that's the same way with I'm number one or I'm this or I'm that. But here's the truth, right? So riches are in niches. Since that's the space that we're in, which is essentially commodity space to the general public for the most part, right? They don't differentiate much between real estate agents unless they do it in those little categories like, oh, that person's the biggest or they're the expert or you know what, they've been doing it the longest and they've got the household name, right? The way to niche down are few, and you should be really thinking about this, and you should be doing this, and you should go through an exercise to do this in your business. But if you look at buying commoditized products, generally what they have in order to differentiate themselves is some type of performance guarantee, right? So you have USPs, right? Unique selling propositions, which is your home sold or I'll buy it. You have performance guarantees, which would be something. Well, I guess that could be one and the same, right? But for the most part, performance guarantee would be like the Drano that I bought, right? The Drano that I bought, I told this story before, but instinctively I grabbed the one that said, you know, 2 times the unclogging power or double your money back guaranteed. And I was like, oh, snap. Let me grab that one. I didn't even think about it. It was just subconscious. So when I got home, I was like, wonder how that even works, you know? Like, how do they know if your drain's unclogged? How do they know if, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
kind of a wild guarantee. And what they're doing is they're just taking the gamble on, you know, the fact that most people aren't probably going to go through the process to get $8, which it was quite a process. I don't remember what it was at the time, but you know, essentially that was the deal. And so the other way to niche down is to own specific markets in specific categories within the market. Now this is dangerous because if you are the condo king or the VA veteran help specialist, right? Like you are essentially alienating everybody else outside of that market. What I like as far as niching down is owning high-end neighborhoods. I like owning high-end neighborhoods, and the way to do that is to focus your marketing efforts and your prospecting efforts in those neighborhoods to laser target them so that you have the lion's share of signs in the yard, which is helpful, right? When people are driving past and just, you know, I think, what is it, 8 to 12 times somebody has to see a brand in order for it to resonate with them, right?
Mm.
So if you got 8 signs that they're driving past or 12 signs that they're driving past, eventually a little bell will go off. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do some business here. I probably should call that person. And so that's another way that you can do it without having, you know, performance guarantee or a unique selling proposition. But I really strongly recommend in all 3 of those things, right? So you need to have something that you're putting out there, especially if you're generating leads. When you're impressing on these leads with retargeting, things of that nature, something that differentiates you, sets you apart, and you know, gives you a category to live in that nobody else does.
Yep. I love it.
All right, good
All right.
topic, Jake. Yeah,
buddy. All right, so you want to?
how do we sign off? We're like in limbo right now.
I don't know. We used to say, like we always say, you're always just one preposition appointment away every day, but I don't know. When's the last time we said that?
That's why we're doing this work. We'll get back to you on that one. Hopefully we added value. Make it a great day.
Go get it.